I have a confession to make. I pretty much only bought these things so I could make this video. Basically, my Samsung Galaxy Fit 3 review video and then my headphone comparison video have been my most successful videos this year. And I said, hey, what the heck? I could probably get similar results with this product. All right, now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about the Samsung Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. Hello, my name is Robert Rutledge. I am a translator by day and music producer / composer by night. I bought these things about a week ago. When I went to order these online, I got to thinking, wow, I haven't had a pair of earbuds in a minute. When I first tried these out, I was kind of reminded of why I made the switch to headphones all those years ago. Ease of use, I bought them, I took them out of the packaging. The first thing I connected to was my tablet, and it was a very easy process. However, I have had some problems when using different devices and connecting to different devices. For example, I had these connected to my laptop the other day, and I disconnected them from my laptop. I connected them to my tablet, I turned off my computer, and it disconnected my earbuds from my tablet. The other problem I've been having, and I think this has to do with the active noise cancellation, but basically sometimes when I connect them to my tablet, I get this like really unpleasant bleepy bloopy noises, and it's like right up on your ear, so it is not a pleasant noise. So I turned that feature off and I haven't had that problem since. Okay, so let's talk about the fit. Kind of a loose fit here. These are really not lodged in your ear. They kind of fall out pretty easily, especially when you go to do the gestures. So you have to kind of have a light touch when you go to do those gestures. I wouldn't say this is the most comfortable fit, but you do get used to it after a little while. One last thing to comment upon here is that I'm more used to headphones. I stopped using earbuds because it causes like a buildup of moisture in my ears, and it's just not a great sensation. It's kind of like being on an airplane, and you don't really get that with the open back headphones. All right, let's talk about sound quality. I think the sound quality is pretty decent. I'm not blown away or anything. It depends on what style of music you're listening to. So the first thing I listened to with these things was the new Addison Rae album, which is very much a pop album. Lots of electronic drums, lots of synthesizers. And I found the frequency response to be kind of muddy in the mids in particular. So you kind of have like a EQ curve like that, if that makes sense. Then I listened to classical music and I was actually pretty impressed. You get a lot of clarity. If you're just gonna be listening to podcasts or video tutorials, these are a really great option because obviously the frequency range isn't that wide. It's not very demanding. All right, let's talk about the special features. I found most of these special features to be pretty gimmicky, especially the lights. The lights are only for aesthetic appeal, and I get it. These are supposed to be flashy. They're a bit more on the expensive side, but I don't know. I don't need these synced to my Google Calendar. I already have at least 3 devices telling me I have a dentist appointment in 30 minutes. I don't need another one. All right, so in conclusion, I'm pretty wishy-washy on these earbuds. I think it is good sound quality, not the best comfort. I don't think earbuds are for me in general. Earbuds are kind of like contact lenses in that they're sexier, but you're sacrificing comfort. You don't really get a no-frills experience like you would with headphones. Headphones, you kind of plug them in, you put them on, you call it a day. Whereas with the earbuds, you have to make sure they're charged, you have to make sure they're connected to the right device, and then you have all these kind of features. I'm someone who really enjoys listening to music for hours on end, and the headphones are really great for that. These Sennheisers are really comfortable. I am a happy camper when I have these on, listening to my favorite music. My lifestyle isn't very compatible with earbuds. I spend a lot of hours in front of the computer doing video editing, doing music production, neither of which I would use these for. So do I regret buying these? I do. I think they were pretty expensive. All right, so thank you for being here. If you got any value at all out of this video, I appreciate you subscribing to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Have a great day.